again to Kenny's Healthy Cooking with the Saladmaster. I'm so excited today because I've got something very unique to present today, which is called the soup. So it's a kind of native soup which is very popular in most African countries, especially Nigeria, mostly in the eastern part of Nigeria. It's called a bitter leaf because it's made using this specific vegetable which is quite bitter, but very medicinal and very nutritious. So there are so much benefits of the bitter leaf, which I'll probably make up another video to show you on that. In a very healthy way. Normally when it's prepared, it's always cooked with oil, but today in Saladmaster we are cooking with oil to help us stay healthy, okay, just to help us reduce the cholesterol level. Now I'll show you how we do it. So come on then, let's get cooking. Let's Right, so I'm just gonna start by blending the them ones, the ogiri, the uziza seed, the oatmeal, as well as the crayfish. I'm just gonna start by blending them ones, and also the yellow bell pepper. That's that one, the yellow bell pepper. So I'm just gonna blend them all together and then get them in my pot, and then we can get cooking. Okay, so now I've just blended my yellow bell pepper. You can add your turmeric to it as well. Okay, so I've added this one, and I'm going to add my ogiri, which is that one. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna add is my crayfish, which is that one. My crayfish, my oatmeal. I've added a little bit of oatmeal as well. As well as a little bit of the uziza seed. Okay, so the next thing is gonna be one. It's my dry fish. So if you've already cooked your dry fish before with the meat, then you don't need to add it at this point. But if you've not already, you just need to go ahead and add it now. So I'm just gonna add my dry fish, which is that one. I love using the mangala and some catfish. They've all been nicely washed. Now give it a proper stir, just like that. Okay, there we go. Also we'll now need to add the herb powder. That's the cocoyam powder. Okay, so now here it's my cocoyam, that one. You can use the fresh cocoyam on its own, so I'm just going to dissolve this cocoyam in the bowl first, because you need to dissolve it first, otherwise it's going to cake up. So I'm just going to dissolve it in the bowl, and then I'll pour it in my soup. Water, and then just dissolve it separately, just like that. Okay, so remember, like I said, you can also use your cocoyam, the fresh cocoyam, just like what you're seeing in there. So just dissolve it nicely. Make sure that you don't have any lump in there, so you don't want your soup to have lump in it as well. Okay, so there we go. So there it is here. Okay, now look at that. You can see it's all nicely dissolved. So just ensure that you don't have any lump in it at all. Then you can pour it in the soup. There we go. So here's the cocoyam. I'm just gonna pour it now. So depending, you can finish the pack depending on the quantity of soup which you're making. So remember, today our cocoyam soup, we're cooking this soup today with no oil. You can add turmeric if you want to as well, just to give it that color. We're trying to reduce the oil intake we have. Okay, so there we go. Don't make it quite too, because you need to give it some time to warm up. Okay, I'm just gonna put the lid on and then wait for a few minutes. When it boils, then we can come back to it. Thank you. Put the lid on, fully closed. So we're just going to wait for those valves to begin to click. When the valves begin to click, just like that, then it's ready. Remember, we don't cook on high heat, so cook it on low. The next thing I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna add the meat now, as well as my smoked fish. I've washed the smoked fish, remember. I've just washed it and put it there. So I'm gonna add the stock fish, the meat, assorted meat, and my smoked fish next in there. I've decided to add the smoked fish with the meat at this point because it's quite dry. So if it's not really dry, you can leave it and add it towards the end of your cooking. Okay, so this has been boiling for a while now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna add the meat. Add them all now. So just give it a proper stir. Okay, give it a nice stir, and then we'll be left with our uziza leaf and the onugbo itself, the onugbo leaf. I'll be adding them to afterwards. Just allow it to warm for a little while before we can carry on with the cooking. Put the lid on, fully closed. So we're just going to wait for those valves to begin to click. When the valves begin to click, just like that, then it's ready. Remember, we don't cook on high heat, so cook it on low. What I'm gonna do now is just to add my uziza leaf and the bitter leaf, the onugbo, in the soup just right away. Look at that! Wow! So there we go. I'm just gonna add the onugbo. Mind you, if you want, you can cut the onugbo to smaller sizes. That's the bitter leaf and the uziza as well. We just add them all and give it put the lid on, fully closed. So we're just going to wait for those valves to begin to click. When the valves begin to click, just like that, then it's ready. Remember, we don't cook on high heat, so cook it on low. Give it a proper stir, and the Onugbo soup is ready to enjoy. Look at that. Mind you, if you want, you can cut the vegetables, but I like my vegetable all looking long. So some people do cut it before in the soup. Okay. So now is the final look. We're just going to enjoy this with our apple. Okay. Okay, so here is the final look of our Onugbo soup, and I'm enjoying it with some apple over there. You can enjoy this with, mind you, this Onugbo has been cooked today with absolutely no oil. Okay, so look at that. So you can enjoy this with us. Enjoy. Lots of love.